Breath.
Hello and welcome to the Mechanics of Poetry, Season 2, Episode 2. This season, instead of doing group discussion, we're doing one-on-one sessions where you can meet the poet and read some of their poems and enjoy it. Keep this session nice and brisk. We'll start off by saying that our poet today is Lida Parent Harris and give her a chance to say hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Don, for this opportunity to read and share our poems to each other and get a chance to view other poets that are in Los Angeles. We had a chance to get to see each other from time to time, but hear some new stuff that they have, new work, and new books that they're working on, and try to connect with each other. With this pandemic, we can still make it happen. So I thank you for that opportunity to be here.
Yeah, and a very cool thing is Lida has an author's page on Facebook where she posts her poetry. So it's so easy to access, as I will now demonstrate. As I will soon demonstrate. There we go.
Yeah.
Ta-da! All right, so I'm hoping you can read it first.
Yes. And this poem is entitled Air and the Sea. The waves in the sea do not teach you your lessons. Scramble under your bare feet as you make a wish. The water's gifts is life, home to abundant mammals and clapping birds. They know the direction of the wind and allow the ships to pass through, the light slowly dipping down during sunset. We may find peace, a wellness to our own skin, healing, love, food, a force beneath the planes of gravity, a reminder of us all to respect its secrets.
Wow. Yeah, I really enjoyed this poem.
Thank you.
I'm going to start off with the first line. I mean, there's just so much to talk about this poem. I'll try to keep it as short as I can. But that first line, I reacted to it right away because it says the waves in the sea don't teach you your lessons. And when I was 18 years old, it did teach me a lesson because I was body surfing for the first time and a 6-foot wave knocked me back to the beach. And I couldn't get up and I was wondering why I couldn't get up. And I looked down to my knee and my knee's dislocated. Oh my goodness. And the waves were starting to pull me back in. So I'm like, help. And this beach buggy comes and the guy in the beach buggy goes up to me and he says, don't worry, man, they're going to give you drugs. And he puts me in a splint, puts me on the back of his Jeep, heads me over to Hope Memorial Hospital. So I get all that just from your first line. Yeah, but that's the power of poetry. You know, we bring what we have to the poems.
Yes.
So I was in a spiral of negativity until I read the second line, scrabble under your bare feet as you make a wish. Yeah, that's what I was doing in that moment. And then the water's gift is life. Okay, this really made me feel positive. It made me think of that phrase that many people love, mini wakoni. I think that's how it goes. Water is life, right?
Yes.
And then you go into detail about it. Home to abundant mammals and clapping birds. They know the direction of the wind. That's a majestic line, right? Personification there. And allow the ships to pass through. And that's a very accurate line. Allow. That's the word for it. There's a hurricane going on somewhere in Louisiana, I think, or something right now, taking boaters by surprise. The light slowly dipping down during sunset, and that is just a wondrous alliterative line. You got dipping down during and slowly sunset, all in the same line there. That is just a fun line. And then, you know, the positive vibe gets even better. We might find peace. I love your choice of the word might, right? There's no guarantee, just like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And then it gets better, a wellness to our own skin. That's one of my favorite lines in the whole poem. And then you're summing it up, healing, love, food, right? All from the sea and the air. Can't forget the air. A force beneath the planes of gravity. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, they got scientific there. Oh my. That took me in a different mood there. That's it's almost what you would call a volta, right? When you change subject.
Mhm, mhm.
Almost, but you're still on the subject, but it's a shift.
Yeah.
So it, it's like it cleansed my palate. A
Mhm.
remind, and then there's that deep ending, a reminder for us all to respect its secrets. Okay. Yeah. Harken me back to the first line.
Mhm.
Yeah. Fabulous little poem there. Have you tried to publish this?
I have not had this one published. A lot of the works that I have on my writer's page are just, I have hundreds of them, but these are my favorites. And I
This is
do
a
this,
great poem. Yeah.
I put this on this page because I want people to understand my style is, I don't have a particular style of writing, but you can kind of vary where I'm at in my writing progress. And people can see where I'm going and they can see my life, how it changes with my poetry. What's
That
going
sounds
on.
like a perfect segue into your second poem.
Yeah.
Will I find your second poem here?
Yes, go down further there. It's called Afterlife. Afterlife.
Afterlife.
Afterlife. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I love it. You're pretty prolific.
Thank you. And the next one is more about, since we're getting into fall, it's
Here
more
it
like
is.
there it goes. This is like a fall poem, like a fall kind of Halloween poem. So we're getting into it now. So
Okay.
it's kind of, I wrote this for a specific event and it was received very well. So I wanted to share this with you as well. It's called Afterlife. Dawn scald her swelling feet on a heart full of timber, bloodstone and cold mountain limbs, trees that perch under a raincoat of sadness, mockery to ignite her ancestry, her history, a surplus of tears. Nobody told her of the devil's forthcoming fall of moon, death plunging in and held on until she released. I was set free to guide along the whispering tales. Those last wails, finally gratitude from where she arrived, new, a soul of stone and flowers.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, I just realized something. I forgot to say something negative about your first poem.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I'm not doing my job if I don't
Okay.
criticize.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back to that poem just
Okay.
real quick, just so I can say I covered this base.
Yes.
Come back poem. All right, maybe I'm going too far. Okay, looks like you're gonna get away with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no,
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Okay, all
All
right.
right. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
All right, look at that last line.
Mhm.
You made the mistake that I used to make in college with the word it's. No apostrophe.
Oh, no apostrophe. I
Oh,
would
yeah,
have known that. That's a big mistake that I take it to credit. I don't appreciate that I did that actually.
it trips up so many people. And sometimes, you're so close to a poem, you don't see things like this. You need another set of eyes.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. Okay, so get that right, because I'm an editor. And
I'll fix that. I'll fix that.
right, yeah.
Thank you.
See, so you're not totally unscathed.
Yeah.
But this next poem, oh man, can't wait to dive into this poem here. Okay.
Yeah.
Afterlife, there it is.
Afterlife.
Now, right away, I tripped out on the first line because it says the word scald. Now, do you mean like scald like in burned?
Yes.
Okay, so that's an unusual spelling for scald then, I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to spell that. Scald is S-C-A-L-D normally, right? Is that right? S-C-A-L-D. Yeah, it's scald. So if it's past tense, it would be scalded.
Scalded. Okay. I'll correct that as well.
I'm not sure you want that though.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Dawn,
How does it
scald.
look? Scald.
It adds a beat. It adds a beat to your line. It adds a syllable.
Okay.
Dawn scalded her swelling feet. Dawn scald. Well, I guess you got to say scalded. Scalded.
Okay.
Easy for me to say. And I love, this is my personal thing, okay? When I ever hear a poem that has the word dawn in it, well, I always think of my first name.
Right.
So I hear a poem like this and I'm thinking, oh, this is a poem about me. I scalded someone's swelling feet. Oh my goodness. But that's just my own personal in-joke.
Mhm.
Back to the poem, back to the poem. This happens to me, at readings, Dawn, and I giggle. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, Dawn scalded her swelling feet. There we go, on a heart full of timber. Wow. That is majestically figurative, right? A heart full of timber. I've never heard those words together before. That's great.
Thank you.
Bloodstone and cold, mountain limbs, tree, nouns are everything. Trees that perch under a raincoat of sadness. Very wonderfully figurative, right? And here you have the choice. Some people don't like of in the middle. They say sadness raincoat, perched under a sadness raincoat. But you can't have the same thing every time. You got to have a variety. So this gives it a variety. Trees that perched under a raincoat of sadness. It emphasizes raincoat instead of sadness raincoat, which would emphasize sadness. I don't know if you consciously did that, but that's the effect.
It's the visual. It's the visual of kind of like the
Yeah.
scenery taking place in front of you.
Yeah, see it. So, the trees perched under a raincoat of sadness. I love that line. It's my favorite line so far. Mockery to ignite her ancestry, her history, a surplus of tears. Emo, love it. Nobody told her of the devils. Did you say devils?
The evils.
Evils. Okay, yeah. When you read it out loud, you said devils.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
So it's evil. Okay.
Evils.
Just want to be sure. Just want to be sure. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Nobody told her of the evil's forthcoming fall moon, which is very foreboding, those F's. Forthcoming fall moon. Whoa. The letter F. It's a dangerous letter. Death plunging in and held on until she released. That's a very interesting shift, right? From going down to release.
Yeah.
Release from life, and was set free to guide along the whispering tales. I didn't expect whispering tales. That's great. Those last wails. Finally, gratitude from where she arrived, new. A soul of stone and flowers. Gorgeous ending. Gorgeous ending. A soul of stone and flowers. That is just majestic. Transcendent. Beyond this life, but it's like we take some of this life with us. I guess, right? The memories, maybe. Did you want to say something? Go ahead.
Well, I think also I tried to, those few words that I put in there are just part of transitioning from the scenery to actually something that's actually everyone can relate to, whether it's a dream or a book they're reading, or losing somebody for a loss. It's about death, basically. It's about death.
Yeah, this makes it seem not so bad. Death is a transition.
Yeah.
So this is very reassuring. My last poem I wrote on this subject, but mine was not so reassuring. Yeah.
I know.
So I'm very happy to see this poem. Yeah. And only one more.
Okay.
What's going to be the last one?
If the last one is going to be called "If I Live to Become Old," and that scroll that down. That's going to be down further.
Farther down. Okay.
Or if I live to become old.
This is a good way to have your poetry in a place where you always know you can find it.
Yeah.
Even if your house burns down, the poetry's still here.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
And
Go ahead. There you go. Okay. If I live to become old, if I live to become old, embrace the exterior, my humor, my flutter in random passages of tongue. I mean no harm. If I cry, allow me. Give me a hand to hold, some clean tissue to dry my nose. I hope that to remind myself of life's little joys as well as sorrows. If I live to become old, I hope my really lures me. My family loves me. My moon is visible to my window. If I can hear laughter of human, I can have breakfast in my own table, I'd still have the remains to offer to those who need it. I'm following the season of my comfort, my environment, to be still and well, managed with happy holidays and an occasional cup of coffee with a neighbor. No longer the empty pain I grasp, but a grateful, loving heart for all that have come to be.
Trying to get back to the start. There we go.
Okay.
Well, yeah, this poem is different. This poem is very different. This one is more, it seems to be more relaxed, conversational, like you're talking to me.
Yes.
And it's quite a topic, the topic
Yeah,
many of us worry about. You wanted to say something? Go ahead.
This is personal because I used to be a caregiver. So I used to hear a lot of my clients and my patients would tell their stories. And I would get to know their family members and people that I would relate to. And I'm going to get, if I live to be that old, this is what I would want also for myself, because it comes when we least expect it. But if we live that long, we want to be taken care of. We want to be, you know, there might be a time where we're not going to be able to do certain things for ourselves and be kind of vulnerable. So this is kind of a vulnerable poem about getting older. It's about reality of how you want to be treated.
Okay, I will examine this poem now. I will place it on the operating table.
Okay.
If I live to become old, embrace the exterior. You always have good first lines.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Did you ever study philosophy?
No, but Hiram Sims always said, always start with the good beginning. You want to get people's attention from the very beginning. You know, when you read your first line, you want people to grab onto it. You know.
Yeah, it's working. It's working. Yeah, it's working. It just really makes me think. It's like a new way of thinking, so I like it. It's positive. My humor, my flutter and random passages of tongue, a little fun with language there. I mean no harm. If I cry, allow me. Right? Great declarative statements. Give me a hand to hold, some clean tissue to dry my nose. That makes me think of the funeral aspect. I will hope to remind myself of life's joys as well as sorrows. If I live to be old, I hope my family loves me. Ooh, that's a huge one. My moon is visible to my window. Widow. Ah. I wanted to say window. Widow. Okay,
oh,
that
widow.
defines it.
Oh, okay, that's another error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you mean, no, you meant widow or window? Widow.
Window.
Is widow. Okay.
It's supposed to be window. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my boo-boo then. Okay, don't worry.
No.
I'm a visualist. Okay.
Okay.
My moon is visible to my widow. Okay, that's a great thought there too. And I can hear laughter of children. That makes me think of my own mother right now. She is bedridden and she has a great sense of hearing from that bed. She can just hear things far off and recognizes everything. It's like the sense was made more acute. I can have breakfast in my own home. Yeah, that's what she does. I still have the means to offer to those who need it. That one I'm a little stuck on that one. I guess that means you have the money, right?
Or just a space to have people over at your house, you know, that you're comfortable.
Oh, that's like ability. Ability.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it. Yeah, okay. Means made me think of money, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm following this season of my comfort. Oh, another great line. My environment to be still and well managed, with happy holidays and an occasional cup of coffee with a neighbor. I had a wife who worked in a nursing home and she was the entertainment director. So they would have a calendar on the wall and they had to really be up to date with everything. Never let anything get behind, you know. If it was St. Patrick's Day, boom, all out.
Right.
Easter, boom, all out, you know. So that's what it makes me think of with that. Happy holidays, an occasional cup of coffee with a neighbor. No longer the empty pain I grasp. Wow, that's an emotional turn. Wow, that's very refreshing, but a grateful, loving heart for all that have come to be. It's a very thankful poem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, it leaves me with one major thing I need to do before we conclude, and that is ask, we already know you can find your poetry on Facebook on your author's page. And you said you were planning some events in the future. Is that true?
Yes, I'm in the works of bringing back lyrical frames. I'm looking for a venue right now in the Mert Park right now, but I'm just in talks with someone about getting like the show back to running live again. So until I get more word about what that's going to be, that's something that I'm trying to focus on. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. My book, In Love and Grace, is published through World Stage Press. People can purchase on that, or it's available on their website. And just this writer's page is something that's pretty recent. So I've been updating it every 3 weeks. And there's always new poetry up there. And if they can give me feedback, it'd be really cool, because I like to hear people's thoughts and comments, and I always respond to them. So and then on Wednesdays, I teach a writer's class for the County Department of Mental Health. And I have a writer's group from 1 to 3. And it's a diverse mix of people from San Pedro, from LA County, from Los Angeles. And we all share poetry within each other. And I'm the curator, and I'm the facilitator. And we just share our poetry every week. I give them assignments and homework, and that's my group. That's my love, is being a mentor. I'm doing that also.
How specifically is the public invited to this event?
Yes. I'm gonna start working more hours per the week, but I'm there Wednesday from 1 to 3 at County Department of Mental Health, and we have a class from 1 to 3 every Wednesday.
All right.
So just on the website of they have a listing of calendar events, and my class is on Wednesday. So if people want to join us, they're welcome to. And you don't have to have a mental illness, but if you do, it helps. Help in art and writing is helping people tremendously during this pandemic. So we're just allowing us a place to heal. We journal, we share poems, we talk about life. And a lot of people have come up they start with just not being writers at all. Some people are, some different levels, but everybody has their own, they're willing to grow, or they're willing to, hear from each other. So that's been very helpful. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. You are definitely their gateway drug into poetry. It's marvelous.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll just, the last thing I'm going to say is I hope you have a new book coming out, because this stuff is great.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
Okay, yeah. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right, well, I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Don.
We're out of time, and thank you. I hope to see this up on YouTube in 1 hour. We'll see.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
I gotta figure out how to stop this recording. First, I stopped the share. There we go. There we go. Yeah, now they can see Lida say goodbye. All right, here we go. Thank you.